long type of question, and the teacher should do include the long answer type questions. You know that long answer type is of two types. One is the restricted long answer type, another is that unrestricted. That means the students they can answer the question as per their one choice. That means the students in the case of restricted type answer, like restricted long type question, the teacher or the question setter gives some words that please write down the question and the answer of the question within 500 words. It is a restricted type of long answer type question. So there is also no limitation that write an essay on a particular topic. So this is an unrestricted. The students they write the answer as per their choice. So this is what we say that long answer type question. So short answer type question, this type of question also is one is restricted, and other one is somewhat restricted, but 30 words, within 30 words answer the question, within 2 lines answer the question. This is short answer type question. So very short type answer question, that is objective question, that can be well answered within a word or fill up the gap, that matching type. So these are the different types, and the question setter should give more focus on these different types of questions. But the important thing is that when the teacher prepares the different types of question, basing on these different types of question, long answer type, short answer type, and objective type, the objective questions that should be based on the instructional objective. The teacher should prepare the questions basing on instructional objectives from different objectives, as you know: knowledge, understanding, application, analysis, synthesis, evaluation. Basing on these different objectives, the teacher should prepare the question. And short answer type question, what I was discussing, that definite and restricted answers, and the guessing type of question, that should be eliminated, that should not be included. Guessing, that I was talking you that suppose when matching type of question are there, group 1 and group B. In group 1, if there are 5 items, and in group B there must be 7 items, because that at last one item, if in group 1 it is left, in group 2 for one item, last item, there will be 3 different questions answers. Therefore the students here, they are unable to guess the question. So this type of question should be prepared, but guessing should be eliminated. So here, true false item in case of very short answer, that is object type test, true false item, alternative response item, there are multiple choice item. These are the different types of item that must be included. So all the questions, all the test items should be based on the instructional objectives. So instructional objectives are very important. The teacher should give eye to these instructional objectives when he or she prepares the questions. And next, that is the preparing good question paper. How can the teacher prepare good question paper? That is, the teacher analyzes the course content. When the teacher wants to prepare the question, the teacher should analyze the course content. What is the subject matter of a particular topic, or the subject, and in this particular subject or topic, the teacher should prepare the question from every corner of the topic. that different types of test items, the question paper differ basing on different content, the weightage to different objectives are also given. Weightage to objectives, weightage to different forms of question, weightage of time and marks, weightage of difficulty level. The prepare the teacher should give more importance on difficult level item. That the easy item should not be included more. The difficult, more difficult items also they are not to be included. Therefore, the teacher should give should focus more focus on these different types of questions. So, the if the teacher gives weightage to different contents, suppose there are say 5 or 6 units, so from unit 1 what will the weightage. So the keeping the this weightage in view, the question setter can prepare the good question. So basing on the difficulty, weightage of difficulty level, or difficult different contents also, the teacher should to prepare the should give more importance on this unit and its weightage. Whatever the weightage the teacher will decide, that depends on the teacher. So weightage to instructional objectives, as you know, knowledge how many objectives that the teacher will include. Suppose the teacher wants to include 4 objectives, and suppose knowledge, understanding, application, analysis, suppose 4 objectives, then also he should prepare the weightage. Weightage to instructional objective, weightage to different contents, and weightage to different forms of questions also. So when the teacher wants to prepare the test items or question paper, the teacher should give different forms of question, and its weightage should be also there. Otherwise, if a short question answer will be more, then long answer will be less. So the teacher should therefore prepare a blueprint, and depending on the blueprint, the teacher prepare the question, and this type of question also will be a good question. And the weightage to marks, the teacher also should give the weightage on the marks. How many marks for essay type question, how many marks for short answer type question, how many marks for object type question. So he should prepare a weightage to marks. So weightage given to different forms of question, what I was discussing. So weightage to difficulty level also I was discussing, that all these things the teacher should take more importance, as a result of which the teacher can prepare a very good question paper. So the teacher can prepare a good questionnaire, and all these instructional objectives regarding instructional objectives, due importance will be given by the teacher. Regarding the weightage of marks, the important the weightage of marks, the teacher also give focus on it. So these are the different things, and if this question paper bases on these different types of questions, or the weightage of then the question paper will be a good question paper, and the evaluation accordingly it will be very good. And the teacher can evaluate the students, and the teacher can know the achievement of the students by administering this question over them. So this is all about mechanics of evaluation. And now I will, unit 16, I will discuss that mechanics of evaluation 2. And this in this chapter, first of all, we discuss different types of evaluation tools and their characteristics. different types of evaluation tools and their characteristics. So the teacher wants to know the learning difficulties through diagnostic test. When the teacher conducts the diagnostic test, the teacher can know the difficulties of the students in learning when they face. Therefore, the teacher assesses students' learning through the achievement test, and for knowing the difficulties, the student for knowing difficulties of the student in understanding, or the teacher can also uh, alter or change the process of teaching. The mental abilities of the students can be tested through that intelligence test. So special abilities through aptitude scale. The all these things the teacher wants to know the special abilities. The teacher wants to know the mental abilities. The teacher also wants to know the performance through seminar or interactive session, or in the practical class. The also the teacher can know the or assess through checklist, rating scale, personality test. So many tests we can also use during the evaluation of non-cognitive areas. So it is very important on the part of the teacher to administer the evaluation process, or the moreover the teacher prepares the test or for assessing the students' learning program in the classroom. The essential characteristics. Now we'll discuss essential characteristics of effective tool for evaluation. So, as you know, there are different characteristics of evaluation. One is validity, second is reliability, third is objectivity, fourth is ease of administration. So these are the different characteristics of the evaluation. First of all, I will discuss the validity. But validity means that the extent to which a test score or test serves the purpose for which it has been prepared is called validity. Suppose I would like to give an example that suppose you are writing by the help of a pen. If the pen can solves the purpose for which it is made. So if you face difficulty in writing, then you will tell that this is not the good pen. That means the purpose, its purpose is for writing. The purpose of the pen is for writing. If this writing is not well at all satisfied, or it is in writing, if the students face difficulties, then it is not a valid pen. Therefore we say that it has no validity. The pen has no validity. So in another example I would like to give you, that intelligence test to measure the intelligence of the students. So intelligence test is only uh, prepared, or it measures the intelligence only. Intelligence cannot measure the aptitude. Intelligence cannot measure the achievement. So intelligence test is only used for measuring the intelligence. Suppose another example I do like to give you, that suppose you have a railway pass. So railway pass, it is given for a particular date, up to a particular date, 1 month, for 1 month or 2 months. After 2 months, it will be not valid. So for the 2 months it is valid. Then we can say that this is valid railway pass. So this is the example. And now I would like to discuss the types of validity. The types of validity. First validity, that is content validity. Content validity. Content validity means, the meaning of content validity, that when a tool serves the content purpose, it may be said to possess content validity. That suppose, for an example, the teacher when prepares a question paper for class 9 science subject, for a particular unit, suppose unit 10. So the teacher should prepare the question paper only from that particular unit 10. If the question paper comes from unit 11, then we can say that it is not a valid one. This content validity, then it does not possess. Therefore, the teachers when prepares question paper for evaluation, the content validity, that is to be given more priority. That for a particular topic, the question paper should be prepared all from that particular topic. So beyond the topic, if the question paper will be prepared, then that will not be a good question, or that we cannot say that is not valid. That question paper is not a valid one. So second type, that is predictive validity. Predictive validity, when a test scores, when a test serves the future performance, it is said to have predictive validity. That means a test is said to possess the predictive validity to the extent the information obtained through it serves the purpose of predicting the future performance of the students in learning any subject. Suppose the example is that, suppose the student suppose prepares a question, and after evaluation, the student performance, if it is better, then we can know that in future the students the students, they will just so they will know their future progress, and the students how they can go to higher class. That suppose if and for therefore the entrance examination is conducted. The entrance examination, when it is conducted, it can also predict, the evaluation can predict the future education of the student. That means in future they are eligible to take admission in higher course or not. So this is what we know, that the predictive validity, it is meant for judging the future of the students, future learning of the students. And we can also now discuss the blueprint. That there are different types of blueprint. That two-dimensional blueprint I was also discussing, and three-dimensional blueprint. So in preparing the questionnaire or test for evaluation, the teacher should prepare the blueprint, that is three-dimensional blueprint, as a result of which the question paper, for preparing the question paper, the teacher faces no difficulty, and the questionnaire can include different types of questions, different objectives, and content. So due weightage can be given, that is that is required, due weightage is required for preparing the question. That a good questionnaire depends upon the blueprint. If a blueprint is a good blueprint, then the questionnaire will be a good questionnaire. So there are three dimensions. Now I will discuss. There are three dimensions of a three-dimensional blueprint. So first dimension, that is known as the content. So different in a subject there are different contents, suppose, or different units, different chapters. So these, from these different chapters, the teacher should give focus, and this is one dimension of a blueprint. So unit is one dimension. There are, suppose, 6 unit. So unit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the, this content is one dimension. So another dimension, that is the objectives. Suppose the teacher wants to prepare the question basing on suppose on 4 or 5 objectives. Suppose knowledge objective, understanding objective, or that is known as a comprehension, and application, analysis. Suppose these are the 4 different objectives. The teacher can also take all the objectives. There will no harm, but the teacher should do. Now the teacher is just taking that 4 objectives, suppose knowledge, understanding, application, analysis. So from these different objectives, the teacher will prepare the question. This is one dimension. And other dimension are the types of or forms of questions. So there are different forms. You know that one is long answer type, that is essay type. Another is short answer type. Another is objective type test. So from knowledge objective, these essay type questions, short answer type, object type questions, they all these types of different types of questions, these questions are to be included. So similarly, under understanding objectives, that essay type, short answer type, object type, these 3 different types of questions are to be included. So for this application and synthesis also, these 3 different types of questions are to be included. So in objective test also, the teacher can take the different types questions. So I say that is the fill up the gaps. So that another, that is matching type, group A, group B, or correct the answer, or that is one word answer in one word. So these are the different objective types of objective type test items that should be included. So if the question paper deals with these different objectives, content, that is types, or that a good blueprint can be very helpful for teaching and evaluation, for evaluation of the students. So this is the blueprint, by which the blueprint can be well used for preparing the question paper. So now we'll discuss the concurrent validity. Concurrent validity. What is the meaning of concurrent validity? Test, that is the meaning is the test scores are correlated with another set of criterion scores which are presently available. That is, when a test scores are correlated with another test of criterion scores which are presently available, that is the concurrent test. So that in other words, we can easily understand that the to evaluate the test of scholastic, 3 example I would like to discuss. through in order to validate test of scholastic ability, one may study its correlation with the final exam marks already available, which are already available by the same student, that both concurrent and predictive validity are established on the basis of empirical evidence. They are called empirical validity. So concurrent validity means the test scores or the test, the item that evaluates the the current, that the current progress of the students. And now I will discuss here that construct validity, the test which measures some psychological characteristics or constructs of students, such as interest, creativity, or that is a motivation to learn, etc., is known as to possess construct validity. That is construct validity means the students, they should possess the characteristics such as interest, creativity. That is a these characteristics can evaluate the student. So the test which measures some, these are the psychological characteristics. Construct means psychological characteristics of students. How the students they are interested, or whether the student they are interested or not, or whether the students they are creative or not, whether the student they are motivated or not. Therefore the construct validity is very helpful, or it is used for testing the psychological characteristics. So these are the different types of the validity. Can you tell me what are the different types of validity? Hello, can you tell me? Now I was discussing what are the types of validity. Hello, 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 Lipsita. Hello, hello. Am I audible?
I guess
You please tell me what are the different types of validity. At least you can give the example of, or you say the meaning of, or the type of any one type of validity. Yes,
contact validity.
yes. Content validity. Yes. Thank you very much. Another is, yes, content validity. Another is predictive validity, concurrent validity, construct validity. So what is construct validity? What is construct validity? When this validity, when the test which measures or assesses some psychological traits or psychological characteristics. Constructs means characteristics, psychological characteristics of a student, that is known as construct validity. The example is, suppose the teacher wants to measure the interest of the students, measure the creativity of the students, measure the attitude of the students. So this is all about the construct validity. That construct validity measures the psychological character. That is psychological characteristics of a student. So now I will discuss the reliability test. So what is reliability? What is reliability? A test which gives consistent results over a period of time may be reliable. They may be considerable reliable. So, or maybe reliable. That means the example is that suppose the students they are tested, they are evaluated today. Suppose the students' evaluation was conducted at at 10 a.m. In a particular topic, on a particular topic, that if again that test is applied to evaluate the performance of the students for the second time after 1 year, 1 hour, 1 hour, again those similar questions can begin, but the students they then do not know that for the second time they will be tested. So all of a sudden the students after 1 hour they will be given questions and again the test will be conducted. Then the teacher can compare the result of the students in two different situations. If in first situation the average result is 40 or 50, in second test, if the average is same, then we can say that the test is a reliable one. Therefore, the test is a reliable one. So another example, suppose I would like to give you that suppose some event happened at a particular place, and that that a particular person actually was watching that particular event, and this particular event was described by that particular person to some other person, and other person listened the total entire event, and the second man discussed all about these events to third person. So the same thing, if the same event is repeated by the second person or the third person, then we can say that that is reliable. So suppose I would like to give another example. Suppose in your watch, now in your watch it is 6:04 p.m. Suppose all other students their watch also shows that 6:04 p.m. So all the watches are reliable. The same, that is consistent means same. The consistent is a test score which possesses the consistency of scores, that is known as reliable. So reliability is the extent to which results obtained through a test remains constant over a period of time or in different situation for the same sample. So this is what we say that reliability. Now I will discuss and it will be more clear by knowing the types of reliability. So there are different types of or forms of reliability. The first is that is test retest reliability. Test retest reliability. What is test retest reliability? You know that reliability of a test is specified by consistency of scores obtained through it over a period of time. Consistency means what? Consistency means same. The test which shows the same result in two different situations or in more different situations, then we say that is reliable, that possesses reliability. Reliability that in teaching learning process, suppose I do like another example. Suppose the teacher tested the students by using a question paper today on mathematics, and after some days, after 5 days or 1 week, the same question can be given to the same group of students, and the result, if the result obtained after evaluation After evaluation, if the result the teacher analyzes, if the result average result of the second test and first test, if the result will be same, then we can say that the question paper or the test that test can possesses the reliability. Reliability means the consistency of scores. Test retest reliability. The test means first the test is conducted over the students. The same students are there for the second test, but the when second test will be conducted, the students, they will not be conveyed the date or the examination date of examination, time of examination, they will not be uh,
ସାର୍ ନାଇଁ ସୁଭାର।
hello hello
ଆଜ୍ଞା ସାର୍।
am I audible?
ଆଜ୍ଞା।
ठीक है। अच्छा, in case of test retest reliability, the same students are there, same questions are used for two tests. Then if the result of first test and the second test it is same, then we can say that is the test reliability, retest reliability. That means the test is conducted for the test second time. So second type of reliability, that is equivalent form of reliability. What is equivalent form of reliability? That is a test may be considered reliable if the scores obtained on it are consistent over two equivalent forms and is called equivalent form of reliability. That here in this form, equivalent form of reliability, the students are same, but the questions here questions are not same. In case of test retest reliability, we are using the same question in two different tests. But in case of equivalent form of reliability, we can use two different forms of question. The equivalent means same type, same, not same, but equivalent form of reliability. Suppose question one is from knowledge objective, that here also in second test, equivalent test, the question also will be from knowledge objective, but the question pattern, question will be different. In test retest test, question remains same. In equivalent form of reliability, that the in two situations, the questions are given, two different questions. See, two different types of questions are given, and the test result, if it is when it is calculated, and if it is remains the same, then we can say that is the reliable. If it is different, then we can say that the test is not a reliable one. Did you understand? Did you understand? What is equivalent form of reliability? Can you tell me what is the difference between these different types of test reliability and equivalent form of reliability? Can you tell me the difference? What is the difference? Hello, Nandini. Hello,
ଆଜ୍ଞା
Nandini. What the difference? Test, retest, reliability, equivalent form of reliability. In between these two, what is the different? Yes, what is the different? What is the difference between these two? Test, retest in case of test, retest, reliability, that the same questions are given in two different situations to the same group of students. In equivalent form of questions to the same group of students, two different types of questions are given in two different situations. Suppose today we conducted the test, and tomorrow if we will conduct the test, that in this equivalent form of reliability, we can give the other question, other test item, test. That means other forms of question. That question will be the weightage or the type marks, weightage, objective, content. The same will remain, but the same questions will not be formed. But all separate questions or different types of question will be formed. That is the equivalent form of reliability that you should understand, that this the difference between this test, retest reliability and equivalent form of reliability. Understand? ବୁଝିହେଲା ନା ବୁଝିହେଲାନି?
ଆଜ୍ଞା
Did you
ବୁଝିହେଲା।
understand? Acha. So another type of reliability, that is split half reliability. Split half reliability. What is split half? Split means to divide. Half means that 50%, 50%. So what is this? What is the meaning? Split half reliability. When the reliability is checked by splitting, means dividing the test into two and considering the core of each half, it is known as split half reliability. Suppose there are, you see, split half means, suppose there are 10 items in a test. Suppose the teacher is evaluating the students, the teacher is using the test, that is questionnaire or question for evaluating the students through split half reliability. That is, split half means the here in this type of reliability, the students are tested for once. One question will be given, one group will be tested for one time, not for two times. As we were testing in case of test retest reliability, in case of equivalent forms of reliability, we were testing the students in two different situations. Two questions were used in equivalent form of question. One question was used in test retest method, but here in split half reliability, the examination or test will be conducted for once. For one time examination will be conducted, and the only one question, only, not instead of two questions, only one one question paper will be given to the students, and in this split half reliability, we can our objective is to divide or split the students into two equal halves. So can you tell me, if a test question paper contains 10 items, suppose 10 items, 10 question test items are there, how can we divide, how can we divide the question test items? Can you tell me? Now split half reliability says that group or test items are to be divided into two equal halves. If there are 10 items in one half, how many numbers of items will be there? How many numbers of items will be there? Yes, yes. How many numbers of items are will be there? Suppose there are 10 items. Question 10 questions are there. One, question 2, question 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 questions are there. How can we divide these 10 questions? Question means we can divide the answer paper of the question. Suppose the 10 students are there. 10 students are there, and the question items, question test items will be divided into two equal halves. How can we divide? Yes, you guess how can we divide 10 items into two equal halves? Either by odd, or by even, or by any means, or by any other means. How can we divide? Hello, 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 Bhagyadhar. Hello, hello, Bhagyadhar. Subhasri. Hello, 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 hello. Am I audible? ମୋତେ ଶୁଭା ଯାଉଛି ତ ମୋ କଥା? Hello.
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଶୁଭୁଛି।
ଆଚ୍ଛା ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ କୁହ split half method ରେ if there are 10 test items, how can we divide into two equal halves? कौन प्रोसेस से कुह? What you can say, or what you assume that these 10 test items can be divided equally into two equal halves? कौन suppose there are 10 items. Question number 1, question number 2, question number 3 up to 10. These 10 items will be splitted into two halves. Split half method means we have to divide these into two equal halves. How can we divide? Can we take a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in one half and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in other half? Is it true? Is it correct?
No,
Or
sir.
we can, is it correct? आमे 10टा
No.
आइटम अच्छी, हाँ ये करेक्ट की? आमे वर्तमान 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in one group, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in other group, 5, 5. So is it correct?
No, sir.
Correct? Is it?
No, sir. No, sir.
Then what is correct? You please tell me. What is the correct?
Sir, one side even number and then another side odd number.
Yes, it is another way of classification into two equal classification items into two equal halves. So you are telling, sir, even 1, 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. These 5 in one half, and 2, 4, or even number 4, 6, 8, 10 in other half. So by this
Yes.
process, you see, we will examine. This is also correct, but it is not so appropriate that that is not good, because the difficulty level, depending on the difficult level, it is not correct. So the best way of dividing the items into two equal halves, that is in group 1. The question item number 1 in group lekho column. If you have pen, please write. Suppose there are 10 items. lekho lekhile jai bujh paribo. You please write on your notebooks. Group 1 or group A, group B. In group A, question item number 1 will remain. You write please. One question in group A, question number 1, only question number 1. And group B, question number 2, 3. I will explain why it is 1 or 2, 3. I will explain later on. You please write first. So in group number A, that item number 1, and group B item number 2, 3, and group come to the group 1, group A, that is 4, 5. Again group in group A again write 4, 5, and in group B write 6, 7. Did you write? And in group A 8, 9, please write 8, 9, and in group B only 10. So you add 1, 4, 5, 8, 9. There are 5 items. 2, 3, 6, 7, 10. There are 5 items. So this is the correct method of dividing the test items into 2 equal halves. So now we will discuss why we will divide by this process. You see, so question number, item number in group A, that is 1. 1 is very easy. 1 is very easy. And 2, 3, to some extent it is more difficult than item number 1. And item 4, 5, it is easy. And 6, 7, it is difficult. And 8, 9 also, 8, 9, you see, it is a group of 5 is more difficult than 4. 8 is more difficult than 7. 7 is included in group B. 9 is easy, whereas 10 is difficult. So question item number 1 in group 1 is more easy, and question number 10 in group B is too difficult. Therefore, in this process, the difficulty level can be well maintained. Therefore, this is the process by which you can divide the 10 items into 2 equal halves through this process. So this is the best method for dividing the test items into 2 equal halves. ସବୁ ଲେଖିଲ ନା ଲେଖିଲନି? Hello, ବୁଝିପାରିଲ? Then we'll discuss objectivity. What is the objectivity? When the students score on a test is based on only students' answers, not on the personal bias of the scorer, then the scoring is considered to be objective. That means when the test is evaluated, the students score when the students performance is evaluated, and the students when it is students achievement or evaluation or the test is tested, sometimes what happens that the person who scores, that is the scorer, that the teacher is the scorer. The teacher evaluates the paper or question, the question or that is answer paper of the students. Then the scoring is considered to be objective when the students score on a test is based only on students' answer, not on the personal bias. Sometimes what happens, the teacher's process of scoring becomes wrong. That sometimes the teacher is biased by the students. Sometimes why the teacher is biased? The students with the students, the teacher keeps a good relation. That some students is that this student is actually learning better. That student is not learning better. Therefore, even if the students a better student does not answer, or if sometimes a better student if answers wrongly, also the teacher gives marks. Therefore, it is a personal bias of the teacher. So this is objectivity, that this depends on the procedure of scoring. The scoring, if the teacher has a personal relation with the students, then the scoring will be that changed or that hampered. So if the procedure is such that even when different scorers or examiners score the item independently, give the same score, such as called the objective objective objectivity. That objectivity means what? The if the questions are framed basing on the objectiveness or objective questions, then objectivity objective or the scoring will not be hampered. Suppose if the essay type question will be given, then scoring will be hampered. Suppose if one teacher scores or gives marks in essay question, other question gives marks in that particular answer, it will be different. So if an objective test is there, the question answer of the particular question will remain same. Whoever the question by whom by the person or by any person, if it is evaluated, the scoring will be same, because in objective type test the answer will not be different, same answer will be given by the students. Therefore during evaluation of the test, the objectiveness or objective the teacher should give more focus on objectivity. There are objective type of questions that should be included in the test. So these are the different different types of or different characteristics of evaluation. Now I will discuss that evaluation of different types of that we are discussing regarding reliability, and now we'll discuss what are the factors affecting reliability. Errors of measurement. Errors of measurement. That sometimes what happens. The why reliability is affected. The first point, that is errors of measurement. When the teacher measures or assesses some test items may be wrong test items, and the some if it is if the test items are wrongly written, wrongly included, then it will be also a defective one, and the students, the brilliant students can say that, sir, this is the wrong question. So the question paper should be free from the ambiguitiness, and guessing should not be there. Guessing type question should be removed, should be eliminated, as a result of which errors cannot be found in measurement. Second one, that is length of the test. Length of the test, that in question paper, how many questions that should be included, question items that should be included, depending on the time. If there are 100 test items, 100 minutes should be given, or any time, that fixed time should be given. If for 100 questions, if less than for objective question, for each question 1 minute, if for 100 questions, if it is 100 minutes, if it will not be given, or less it will be given, it will also be a defective one. If more than 100 minutes it will be given, it will also be a defective one. Therefore the length of the test, that depends upon the time duration. Length of the test should not exceed 3 hours. Should not exceed 3 hours. So that depends on the number of items. So next, the scoring procedure. Same that scoring key. So scoring key should be given by the teacher or by the administrator to the teacher for evaluating the or for scoring the papers, answer papers. So time gap between two administration. Suppose in reliability test, what happens? The time should be given, or that the teach in case of test retest reliability and equivalent form of reliability, gap should not be given too long. Suppose today you gave or you conducted one test, after 1 month you will conduct another test, that will be wrong. So a short time, short duration should be given, that in between two administration of two different tests. So next factor affecting reliability, that is placement of items in the test. The items, how it will be included in the test, that easy items that should be included from the very beginning, and the difficult items that should be included in the test towards the last part of the test. So that arrangement of test items should depend on the level of difficulty. That means the question 1 is very easy, the question is too difficult than question 1, 3 is difficult than question 2, and like this. Suppose 100 item, 100th item, question number 100 is too difficult than question number 99. Therefore, the difficulty level should be maintained. Another that usability of the test, usability of the test. So usability of the test, that how the test will be used, or that is known as ease of administration. If a test is prepared, and how to administer the test, how to administer the test means what? The rules and regulations should be there for how many hours the test will be conducted, how many test questions are to be answered, and what are the number of students, or that is very important. Time factor, and that procedure, rules and regulation of the administration of the test, and where the test will be conducted, place of administration, the place of administration, this is very important. So this can help the administrator to that administer the test. It is easy of administration means how the questions will be easy to administer. And what are the, now we'll discuss what are the parameters of answering and evaluation of items. So the test, there should be, that purpose of the test should be there, time allowed to complete test, it should be there, total marks, what are the, or what is the mark of the for the test, that is also to be known. Guess question, that should be avoided, that weightage to different questions, that should be given into consideration. Scoring procedure, also scoring key should be given to the teacher, as a result of which the evaluation will be good. So this is the ମୋର ଏଟା ଉଠେଇବ ଯୋଉଟା ଇଏ ସ୍କ୍ରିନ୍ ସିଟ୍ ମତେ ଗୋଟେ ପଠେଇବ ମନେ କରିକି ଆଜି ସବୁଦିନ ପଠେଇବ. So scoring of objective type items can be scored by persons or machines when scoring key is provided. Objective answers can be scored by the persons and also by the machines, because answer key is given, or it is fed with the computer or machine. Then we can also find the score of the students. Then we can find the there is a formula that what happens sometimes correction for guessing formula are applied. Guessing formula is there. Some are applied while scoring objective type item in which answer key can be guessed. So we can now just discuss the guessing formula. Guessing formula means that the formula is correct score is equal to right minus wrong by n minus 1. What is how can we get a correct score? So number of right answers, suppose there are 5, suppose there are 10 items, suppose out of 10, suppose 8 answers are right, then suppose 2 answers are wrong. N means 10. 10 is the number of items. There are 10 items. 10 1 minus 1, that is 9. Suppose wrong answer is 2. So you can calculate the correct score. So now we can discuss about item analysis. What is item analysis? Item analysis is very important for evaluation. After a test paper has been scored, it is required to know the effectiveness of different questions or items. Suppose a question is prepared, then we can test each and every questions in a test by using different formula. This is done by knowing the responses of the students to each item. This process is known as item analysis. Item analysis means the items are analyzed. Each and every item is analyzed for inclusion of the items in the test. Suppose I am giving an example. Suppose question number 1. We can test this question number 1 by item analysis. So if there is a formula I will discuss later on, I will discuss the formula. So if that means if that question is a too difficult one, that we can discard, we can reject that question. If a question is a moderate one, that is not too easy, not too difficult. If a test item is too easy, if a test item is too difficult, then it should be eliminated. It will not be included in the test, because too easy, too difficult items are not included. So there is a formula which we will discuss, and this item analysis provides information about the difficulty level of the item. It provides information about the discriminating power of the item. I will discuss later on. Discriminating power. It provides information about the effectiveness of each alternative, each item. So now we'll see that how we can just calculate the difficulty level of each item. Suppose question number 1. Now we can say whether the question number 1 is too difficult or too easy. We can know by a formula the difficulty level of a test item. Hello, 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 Mamata. Hello, Mamata.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
सुबुझ तो सब ठीक है. अच्छा वर्तमान आमे गोटे क्वेश्चन आइटम रो डिफिकल्ट लेवल आमे केमिति जानिबा. सपोज गोटे क्वेश्चन रे मानकर 20 टा क्वेश्चन अछि. आमे हाउ कैन वी नो द डिफिकल्टी लेवल ऑफ ए टेस्ट आइटम. तार फॉर्मूला हला R by capital R by capital T into 100. What is capital R? The number of students who got right answers in higher and lower group. Suppose you see, suppose in a group, suppose there are 32 students. Suppose गोटे टेस्ट एग्जाम है आमे सेथेरे केते पिला ना 32 जन पिला परीक्षा देले 32 जन परीक्षा दे साला आफ्टर appearing at the test all these answer papers were scored and the answer score were arranged from higher mark to lower marks बुझी होछि ना बुझी होनी बर्तमान टिके भलो भाबरे टे मन टिके दे सुनो there are 32 students appear the test 32 students if they are appearing 32 scores marks we can get after evaluation if we get 32 marks then we can arrange these 32 students according to higher marks सबुठु बेसी मार्क ऊपर ता तळकु ता तळकु ता तळकु ता तळकु एमती आमे 32 जन पिलांकर मार्क को आमे एमती कोन सजेई दबा ओके बुझेला जदि हम if we can arrange all these different marks according to the higher to the marks that is from higher to lower then we can form highest group higher group and lower group suppose we can take 10 students in higher group and 10 students in lower group if we take 10 students in higher group 10 students in lower group then 20 students were are there in higher group 10 students in lower group 10 students in between these higher and lower 10 10 20 12 students remained we should not consider we should not take the 10 students you leave 12 students you only take 10 students up in higher group 10 students in lower group then we can find that the difficult level of a test suppose difficulty level that is suppose each and every item analysis means each and every item will be analyzed if it is a difficult one then we can too difficult then we can reject it if it is too easy we can also reject it so difficulty of the depending on the difficulty level we can either reject or accept the test item suppose in question number 1 that is the right answer that is R by T into 100 R means right answer in question number 1 how many students they have correctly answered in higher group how many students they have answered suppose out of 10 6 questions are answered or they have given 6 questions are right answers in higher group and in lower group 2 questions are right answers so how many right answers are there 6 plus 2 6 in higher 6 items right answers 6 right answers in higher group and 2 right answers in lower group that is 6 plus 2 is equal to 8 divided by 10 t means total group in higher group total number of students in higher group total number of students in lower group that is 10 plus 10 20 so 6 plus 2 8 by 20 into 100 100 is a standard number So the percentage, that is 28 by 20 into 100, that is 80, that is 40, that comes to 40. R means difficult level, that is that is the that is 40. So we can also now will say whether it will be rejected or accepted. The smaller the percentage, the more the difficulty will be the test item. So if the result will be smaller, that is beyond 40, beyond 50, that is the difficult level. So this item is a difficult one. Because most of the students, you see, the lower group students, they did not answer, only 2 answers were correct. Therefore, as it is 40, less than 40, 50, this is the difficult one. This is, then we can also judge the difficulties. So that the teacher can either include or cancel depending on the level of difficult, and the teacher can use this formula. Then also another process, that is index of discrimination. The degree to which a test item discriminates between students with a high and low achievement is known as index of discriminates. Now we have formed the higher group and lower group of students. So we can now take the formula, another system, another way of classification, that is how we can either reject or accept the question number 1. Suppose 1, 2, 3, 4. By this process, using this formula, we can reject or we can accept the test item. For each and every item, by this process we can test. So another system also, an index of discrimination. That is formula is capital H minus capital L by N. Capital S means number of students in, S means higher group. Number of students in higher group corrected the item number 1. Suppose for first one, item number 1, how can we find the index of discrimination? That is a capital S minus capital L. Capital S means number of students in higher group corrected the item number 1. Item number 1, how many students in higher group they have corrected. L means number of students in lower group corrected the item number. Suppose 6. Same example we will take. Suppose in higher group 6 items are wrong, right answers. In lower group, that those 2 items are well answered, are right answers given by the students. So N means number of students in each group. N means not total. N means number of items in each group. That is 10. So item the index of discrimination is equal to H minus L, 6 minus 2 by 10 is equal to 4 by 10 is equal to 0.4. In the previous example, we found 40. So less than 50, therefore that was a very difficult one. So range of item index of discrimination, that is -1 to +1. In between these two, if it remains, then we can know the difficult level. So this is 0.4 means, 0.4 means when we can include or we can exclude. Now whether we can include or we can exclude, because at 0.4 remains in between -1 and +1, then item 1 is to be accepted, is included. That is right item. So it is by using this formula. So now we'll discuss that that this is the next, that is the that analysis of criterion analysis of criterion reference test. I mean, how can we analyze criterion reference test? Yesterday we are discussing before 2 or 3 days that purpose of criterion reference test is not to discriminate between high and low achievers. The discriminating index is not meaningful for the preparing criterion reference test. The how can we analyze? So the analysis depends on certain suppose certain formula. And the example I'm going to give one example. Suppose there are 5 students in a group. Suppose the test has 5 questions. A test possesses 5 questions. There are 5 questions in a test. So when we want to analyze the criterion reference test, we can conduct a pre-test before conducting the test, and that is known as the pre-test, and after conducting the test, that is the post-test. So two types of tests will be conducted. So the students will be tested before the test and after the the learning. Before teaching learning, the students are tested. After teaching learning, the students are tested. And suppose there are, what is A? I am giving this. You can also see your book that A means pre-test, capital A pre-test, capital B, that is post-test. So under capital A there is written minus, some minus are written and plus are written. So what is plus and what is minus? So plus means a correct answer given by the students. Minus means incorrect answer, wrong answer, that is given by the students. So we can just only prepare a table that question student number first roll. Suppose roll number 1, the student bearing roll number 1. In first test, what is the score? That is the scoring means negative, that is wrong. Wrong answer is given by student 1. So suppose second student, that is also in for question number 1, that is also not correctly given, incorrect answers are given. Question student 3, incorrect answer. Question for question number 1. For question, I am discussing only question number 1. The number 4 student, 4 roll number student, also he or she has not given the correct answer, has given wrong answer. Fifth student has given a wrong answer in pre-test. In post-test, all the students, they have given the correct answer. This is one type. This is question number 1. So if you see, if the item, suppose item number 2 all the students in pre-test and post-test, they have correctly, all the questions are correct, then we can say, because so G is small, number 5, roll number 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If the scores, if the answers are given in pre-test and post-test, then it is too easy, because all the students are able to appear. If in pre-test the questions are wrongly answered, if and in pre-test, in post-test it is well rightly answered, then it is an ideal one. And too difficulty means if all the that in pre-test, in post-test, all the answers are wrong, we say easy. It is too easy. So say that it is too easy. So in case of item 4, if all the students their answer is correct in pre-test, and if the answers are negative or wrong in post-test, this is extremely defective. This type of question is defective, and the question should be changed. If some of the students in a pre-test in item number 5 is answered, only 2 students, if it out of 5 it is given rightly, and all the students in group in post-test it is given rightly, then it is effective one. And this type of question is also very effective. So this is the formula. You can adapt. You can just use the formula, and the formula you can also use. This is the formula, that S is equal to RB minus RA by T. You can use this RB. RB means number of students who have given the right answer after instruction. B means post test, and RA means before examination. R means right answers given by the students before test or in pre-test. RA means right answer in pre-test. RB means right answer in post-test. So T means, capital T means total number of students who tried the item both the times. T means how many students who have answered, or who have tried, or who have participated in both the item, that is T. So by this formula you can find and a sensitivity index range means the +1 to -1. In between if the result is in between this, then we can accept the this item. So this is what we say, uh, the formula, and we can also find the facility index for short answer and essay types. The formula is facility index. Formula is MU plus ML by 2 within bracket into FM. MU means mean achievement of students in the upper group. U means upper group. L means L means lower group. MU means mean achievement of students in upper group, that is 150 students. Upper 150 students. Mean of achievement. Suppose in a group the students are suppose 50 students are there. So in upper group, how many students will be there? 150. 50 means 150 means 50, 150 means 10 students in upper group, and in lower group also 10 students. 150 of 50. 150 into 50 means 10 students. 10 students in upper group 10 students in lower group. Full mark of the FM means full mark. So this is the example, and then we can discuss about the question bank. So question bank, that I was also discussing how can the question bank can be developed to or why question bank are used for the students. The question bank is used to organize the workshop for teachers for developing effective questions, and also it questions are stored in the question bank in computer, either in hard in papers or in software, also in computer or in hard copy. In soft copy also it can be made available in the library, the question or in the question bank, and basing on different types of questions, short answer, long type, essay type, or that restricted type of questions, or unlimited type of questions in case of long answer type, and the object type test also, that question should be based always or prepared basing on different objectives. So use of question bank. The teacher uses question bank for preparing question. When the teacher uses the question bank, then the teacher can also refer it for preparing the questions in order to evaluate the performance of the students. The table of specification should be used when the teacher uses the question bank. The university level question may also be developed. In library, university pattern question also be developed in the question bank, as a result of which the student they can use it in future for the examination purpose. And the important thing is that it should be stored in the computer. As a result, the question bank can be sent to the students through either through WhatsApp or email or by any means. So this is what we say, that we completed the unit 16. Now we'll discuss unit 17, processing evaluation data. How can the data be processed? The processing of evaluation data. So we can process the evaluation data through marking and grading. That is marking and grading system. In marking and grading system, the marks and grades are important components of an evaluation system. Marks and grades determine the future course of a student. That this marking and grading system, that is research study indicates that the marks awarded to the students are not the true marks, that it contains errors of measurement. If the standard score error of measurement for a test is 5, then in 68 cases out of 100, the true score of a student will be in between plus minus 5 of the obtained score. That means we are 68% sure that the true score of a student with the obtained score of 60 lies between 55 and 65. That means plus minus 5 means 60 plus 5 65, 60 minus 5, that is 55. If it is the score, obtained score is 60. So it is considered to certify the achievement of the students in terms of range or band of marks which are expressed by letter grades such as A, B, C, D. So process evaluations also can be made basing on the letter grades. Letter grades. That means grades reflect the relative achievement of the students in the group. Marks are assigned on a continuous ratio scale. Grades are assigned on a on the interval ordinal scale. Mind it. Remember, marks are assigned to on a continuous ratio scale. Grades reflect the relative achievement of students in the group, but the grades are assigned on the interval or ordinal scale because grades are given on letter A, B, C, D. Therefore, grades are assigned to the interval or ordinal scale. In ratio scale, you see, in ratio scale, what happened in ratio? What is ratio scale? In ratio scale, absolute zero is there. And all operations such as plus, minus, multiplication, division are possible. We can calculate by using addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division in ratio scale. And there is an absolute zero means there is a point that there 0 point is there. 0 point is there. Zero exists. In interval scale, absolute zero does not exist. But the interval between two consecutive ratio classes is the same. Two in between 2 and 3 they are the same. 5 between 6, one difference is 1, here difference is 1. So it is the interval scale, but absolute zero does not exist. That is, suppose in when the human body, when we measure whether the man is suffering from fever or not, then we can say that there is no absolute zero. Some temperature is there. So zero temperature means some temperature is there. So zero, you have zero money means you have no money. That is absolute zero. Absolute zero exists. So absolute zero does not exist. Well, there is some zero has some value. So zero temperature has some value. So this is this is the difference between absolute ratio scale, interval scale, ordinal scale, and errors may be. So when the evaluation is conducted, so errors may be there from the side of the examiner. Errors may be from the side of a question paper also. So therefore marks must be interpreted with reference to the test norms or priori defined criteria. That previously defined criteria, depending on that. Grades can be interpreted in a number of ways. Depending on the method of grading, there are different systems of grading. So errors also can be found out. So in marking system, what happens? In the marking system, generally marks are assigned to the students on the basis of number of correct responses or the extent to which a student's answer matches with the expected answer. Suppose there is a question, short question or long, or that is a objective question, the answer is given the same answer. For an objective type test, answer will not be different. Therefore, marks assigned to the particular student will not be different because the answer is same. The students who write the same answer will be given the same mark. In case of long question, the answer will not be given same. The evaluator uses 101 point scale of marking. That is, one student may secure marks ranging from 0 to 100. That how many point scales are there? 101 point scale. That means one student may secure 0, one student may secure 100. So if you count this, the 101 point scale is there. The evaluator uses the 101 point scale. You take 0 as 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 100, that is 100. 100 plus 0, that is 101. So it is 101, that is 0 is added as 1. This is that in marking system we use. What is the point scale that the evaluator uses marking in marking system? How? Hello, Kuni, hello, 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 hello. को लाइन रे अच्छे ना नहीं? सस्मिता, ममता, लिप्सिता.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you
sir.
are audible. You are audible.
Yes. Thank you very much. So when we are being tested, when the teacher uses a marking system, that the teacher uses a 101 point scale. That means the teacher to some students gives a 0 mark, to some other students gives a 1 mark, 2 mark, 3 marks, 4, 5, 6, 7 up to 100. So 1 to 100, that is 100, and 0 also can be added as 1. So 101 scale. Mind it that in any that exams or viva, that if the teacher can put if anybody interviewer can put the question that what is 101 point scale, so you may answer this, that 0 can be added, and 1 from 1 to 100, that is 100. 100 plus 0 as 1, that is 101 point scale. And we are also using, this is also being used, the teacher uses this particular 101 point scale when the teachers that evaluates or scores the students achievement. So obtained score is equal to true score plus error score. That is the obtained score. That the errors, why the errors are there? Errors within the test may be error. That too easy question, if it is included, this is error. If too difficult question item will be included, it is also error. So we should use the formula that should the difficult level should lie in between +1 and -1. What I was discussing today. So another thing, that error, what is the error? Why we see in for which or which factor